What up? This is Rapids, and so things just got worse for Memo 600 as more details has surfaced. Now we know for sure what's going on with Memo 600. In my last video, I gave y'all the exclusive drop on everything that I could dig up at the time. But now a lot more information has came out and we're going to get into it. So Memo 600 is caught up in a serious Fed charge with the ATF where they found Memo 600 being involved in allegedly trafficking thumpers from Atlanta to Chicago. And so they said that there was a organized effort that was going on since 2020 where they said Memo 600 was involved in getting thumpers with legal purchases and then adding switches on them and all that and getting them up to Chicago. And some of these thumpers had been used in some serious things. Others they found was being used in music videos and things like that. They just had a whole bunch, I guess, of pipes, they were calling them. And so the feds are saying that they call themselves the pipe lords. And they were using these pipes in all types of ways and getting them around. And according to this report, it sounds like Memo 600 might have been making his money off of this, where this is how he was getting paid. And so check this out.
NBC5 investigative team has learned that a free-flowing gun pipeline between Georgia and Chicago has been shut down by federal authorities.
Unfortunately, not before an arsenal of illicit guns have made it to the streets and been used in violent crimes for years. Our investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy is joining us now with how these guns were smuggled north. Chuck?
Stephen Allison, 5 men tied to Chicago street gangs appeared in a music video with machine guns hoisted over their heads. Guns they referred to by the code word pipe and themselves as the pipe lords, according to U.S. investigators. The men tonight facing federal charges accused of making legal gun buys in Georgia, then supplying the arsenal to their gang brothers in Chicago. This man accused of being at the top of the Chicago gang gun trafficking pyramid, 28-year-old Anthony Edmonds, seen here holding a Glock pistol that authorities say had been converted into a fully automatic machine gun. The beginning of the gun pipeline here in Athens, Georgia, where beginning in the year 2020, authorities say Edmonds fed a 785-mile pipeline to Chicago, where gang leaders were stockpiling weapons. According to newly filed federal charges in Georgia, Edmonds purchased guns from 5 different retail stores, falsifying paperwork and circumventing federal law. In custody now are 28-year-old Rafael Ralphie Enriquez, a Chicago gang operative with a violent criminal history stretching back more than a decade. And in custody, this Chicago man, 34-year-old Melvin Griffin, whose first gun arrest was 12 years ago. This music video, recorded in Georgia, is cited by federal prosecutors in their grand jury indictment, in which authorities say several of the accused Chicago gangbangers are seen brandishing Glock pistols that resemble those illegally bought for the pipeline. Investigators say the video, entitled Switchy, is a tribute to the illegal switches that turn regular pistols into fully automatic weapons. The alleged producer of the gun video is this man, 29-year-old accused Chicago gang member Elijah Lucina. He's a fugitive. And this 5th suspect, 28-year-old Keontis Reed, is also not in federal custody, but with good reason. The NBC Chicago investigative team has found Reed. He was arrested for shooting an unarmed 16-year-old boy in the head 4 months ago, near this intersection in South Bend, Indiana. Investigators say the killing may have occurred during a drug buy gone bad. Reed is now in local custody here at the St. Joseph County Jail, facing murder charges and being held without bond. Investigators have not revealed whether the .45 caliber pistol Reed is accused of using to kill the teenager was one of these, obtained through the Georgia to Chicago pipeline. ATF is the primary agency on the gun pipeline case. Agents from U.S. Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms tonight have pieced together a remarkable timeline of guns from Georgia and violent crimes in Chicago, beginning with gun shipments by car and even via checked luggage on commercial flights coming into O'Hare. The guns later used in murders, carjackings, armed robberies, or just for personal protection, which you may need if you're in that line of work.
But hopefully by shutting this pipeline down, hopefully that means less violent crime in Chicago.
And so Memo is out on bail. I don't know how he got out on bail because these are some very serious charges. I would have expected them to keep him in there. It sounds like there's others that they're looking for too. And so it looks like there's more people involved in this whole scheme where they're saying y'all was trafficking thumpers and stuff like that. And looks like Memo 600 is one of the members that got caught. Now, I wonder if they made a deal with Memo, because I know they want to know more about Memo's time with OTF and Lil Durk. Because right now they really want Lil Durk bad. And they keep throwing new charges at Durk. And they're trying to get everybody that ever was involved with Durk, it looks like. So with Memo 600, I wonder if he's going to cooperate. I don't see him cooperating. but you never know. I mean, Memo had a lot of potential in this game to take off, and he just kind of fumbled the bag, and it looks like the same thing happened with 600 Breezy. I did a report where he is allegedly out now, even though he's been really on the low profile so far. You haven't seen much of 600 Breezy outside of nothing, and so he's been keeping a low profile. But with Memo 600, I mean, he could have took off. He was actually making some noise in the music game, and I guess he just got sidetracked and was trying to maintain that rapper lifestyle that he was trying to obtain. Wasn't really coming from the music, so he had to figure out another way. And so it looks like he got caught up in all this. And so this sounds like a very serious case. I mean, with Memo 600's role in this, who knows how much time he's going to end up getting. It sounds like, according to reports, they're saying Memo 600 was given bail because he hasn't been in trouble since around 2012, they're saying. Sounds like they're giving him credit for that, saying, okay, he hasn't been really in and out of jail. You know, he's been pretty much staying out the way for a while. So they kind of give you credit for stuff like that sometimes if you haven't necessarily been in a whole lot of trouble. I don't think Memo 600 is really being accused of necessarily committing any real dangerous acts with these thumpers. So they're probably looking at all that and saying, okay, well, you're not as much of a risk as that other dude they're looking for, where they're saying a body was involved and they're trying to figure out if that was a thumper that was purchased from one of these straw purchases out of Georgia. And so I'm just wondering, though, for real, though, it sounds like they're possibly trying to link this all back to Durk somehow. That's kind of what I think is going on with this whole thing, is the feds is trying to figure out what really is to all this. You know, was this somehow associated with Lil Durk? And I think they're trying to figure that out. But I really don't think this had nothing to do with Durk. I mean, the feds really want Durk real bad, you know, and Durk is one of their #1 targets right now. They're trying to put him away like he was some type of Larry Hoover, or, you know, one of the founders of the BDs, or, you know, something like that. And it sounds like they're trying to put Durk with like a top gang leader. They're trying to say it's the Banks enterprise now, and that Durk was really him. And to be honest, I'm not really so sure about all that. I mean, you know, it just seems like they really want to paint that picture of Durk, but that don't necessarily make it true, you know? I mean, Durk might have known a little bit about what was going on in the streets and all that, but I don't know if he necessarily was as involved as they trying to say he was. I don't know if Durk was moving as sloppy as they're trying to make it seem, like he was this supreme gang leader that was really running stuff, you know? But who knows? I mean, you never really know. I'm looking forward to seeing what's the outcome of this trial coming up with Durk, and I'll keep y'all updated on this Memo 600 situation. The only thing is, now that Memo's out on bail, he has an opportunity again. And right now, he can really put in work in the studio, because now that he's out on bail, he has no real other options right now but to make a lot of music, and he should shoot a lot of music videos and really just stash those up and make sure it's in the right hands, just in case he has to go away for a while. And who knows, maybe he could beat these charges somehow. But yeah, I think right now he needs to focus right now on making the best music that he can make and see if that does anything. Because right now, I mean, there's really a void in the Chicago rap scene. So Memo 600 kind of has an opportunity, but the thing is, his buzz really has fallen off. So I'm not so sure if anyone's really even paying attention to anything he's doing. But it's worth a shot. I mean, at this point, what else does he gotta lose? You know, he might as well see if he can make some noise and try to make the best music of his life, and see if he can somehow make that happen and put away maybe 3 or 4 albums and just get a whole bunch of music recorded and a whole bunch of videos and see what it do, you know? And maybe that can help him even pay for his legal fees, because he's gonna need some loot to fight this case. And we'll see what the outcome is gonna be from this. And so this is a big crash out, because Memo 600 had a lot of potential. He was affiliated with Durk for a while. Then he was affiliated with Wack 100, but both of them deals went left. And maybe that's what caused them to get more caught up in this pipe case where he was trying to make it in the music business, but it kept going left for him, because with the opportunity to rap on Durk's label, that was a big opportunity for Memo 600. And I think that he was real cool with King Von and all that. I don't really quite remember everything that went down with the OTF and Memo 600 situation, but it just seemed like they just weren't getting along the best. And then with Wack 100 too, it's like things went left pretty quick. And if I recall, it had something to do with Memo 600 feeling like he wasn't prioritized in either situation, where he felt like he was ready to put out music and it didn't sound like he necessarily understood how the music business works, where he felt like it was just go, go, go. Let's get to the studio, let's get these songs out, let's move. And then when he was dealing with them, it just didn't seem like they was ready to push him like that, get him recording and getting his videos out. It was like everything kind of stood still. And actually he was doing a lot better before he started linking with Durk and them, because before he started linking with Durk, he was putting out a video like every week. You know, he was really going up. And that's when really Steppers came out and all that, is when he was on his grind and he was making music whenever he felt like it. But then when he got caught up in that label deal, it's like they kind of put a pause button on everything, where all of a sudden he found himself not being able to release videos whenever he wanted. Like when you're a free agent, you can do what you want because you're not signed to nobody. That's called being an independent artist. And I don't think Memo 600 understood that when he signed that deal. It don't necessarily move like that no more. You can't necessarily just put out a video or music whenever you want anymore when you're signed to a deal. So yeah, I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Hey, hit that like button. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Make sure you subscribe. Follow Rap HITZ on social media and all that. Sign up to Rap HITZ free email newsletters. All links are in the comment section and description box. And if you want to check out my secret members only videos, I'm going to leave a link for that as well. You can become a YouTube member for as little as $1 and you'll gain access to my secret members only video. So yeah, that's about it for today, y'all. This has been Rap HITZ. I'm out. Click my affiliate link in the comment section and description box if you want to purchase this Bluetooth boombox for the